Hello, this is Pastor Kim. I am recording this. I'm coming to share another Bible story with you this afternoon. I'm recording this from my garden outside, so you might hear cars go by or bugs singing, but we're still going to listen to the story and talk about a very interesting story called David and Goliath. Are you ready? Okay, so David was a shepherd. He was the youngest in his family, and Goliath was from a group of really big people called the Philistines. So we're going to listen to their story. King Saul was David's king at the time, and his army looked out from their mountain hideout. They looked out at the Philistines. So the Philistines were very tall, and Goliath was the tallest he was the tallest man that Saul had ever seen. "Who will fight me?" roared Goliath, waving his spear and his shield. "Who will face the mighty Goliath?" Saul and his army were very afraid. They could not win against the Philistines. They could not beat Goliath. Surely they would be captured and become servants. A beam of light bounced off Goliath's bronze helmet. His voice shook the leaves on the trees, and all the birds hid behind their branches. "Send out your best warrior," Goliath ordered. "Let him fight against me. If I win, you will be our servants. If your soldier wins, we will serve you and your God." Saul waited. No one stepped forward. No one wanted to take Goliath's challenge. Saul felt a small tug at his sleeve. Someone was pulling at his sleeve. He looked down, and he saw David, the young shepherd boy. "I will do it, King Saul," David said. "I will fight Goliath." "You are a boy. How can you beat a gigantic man like Goliath?" Saul turned to go. Can you see Goliath in the picture? See how big he is? Here is David. He's very small. And here is Goliath. He is huge. Oh my goodness, let's see what happens. "Wait, King Saul," David said. "God protects me from the wolves and the bears that go after my sheep. God will protect me now too." David reached down and picked up 5 smooth stones in his right hand, and he carried the same sling he used to chase away wolves and wild animals. Saul patted David's head and pointed down to the rocky path leading to the valley. Goliath laughed when he saw David. "You are the warrior they sent against me?" David slipped his hand into his pouch and selected a stone. "I'm not afraid of your spear and sword, Goliath," David said. "God will help me." David rushed toward Goliath, swinging his sling. The smooth stone flew through the air and hit Goliath right on the forehead. What do you think happened? This is an exciting story. Down, 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 Goliath fell. Down fell his sword. Down fell his spear. Down fell his mighty shield. David picked up Goliath's bronze helmet and picked it up from the ground and held it high in the air. Saul and all his soldiers rose up and shouted. David, a small shepherd boy, had beaten the mighty Goliath. See his feet here? He fell down. It's true. When the Philistines saw that Goliath had fallen, they were afraid and they ran away. Trusting in God gave David the courage when he needed it the most. What do you think of that story? It's very exciting. Sometimes when we are small, we believe that we can't do things, and sometimes we can. I keep a little stone. It's actually a piece of shell to remind me, and sometimes when I am worried, I keep it in my pocket, and I remember that God is with me. When I feel it, I remember. It helps me calm down. It helps me remember that God is with me and loves me. You might want to do that. I understand that you are going to make a slingshot, kind of like the sling that David carried. I guess that I looked in my garden for a stick that looked like a Y. Here's one, and I cleaned all the extra little pieces off. So I thought I'd play with it and think about what David did and think about the fact that God helped him do what he needed to do to help his people. So I thought I would find one that kind of looked like that. You have to be careful with sticks. You don't want to hurt anybody or hurt yourself, but you can play with them and think about the story, right? All right. So I am very proud of you for being courageous, for being brave. You may wonder what this is around my neck. I have my gardening clothes on today, so I don't have my clergy shirt on, but I wear this mask just in case. I put it around my neck just in case my neighbors should be here. And I put on my mask to keep us safe so that we can be with each other and talk and not make each other unsafe. So that's another way we can be courageous, by helping everybody to be safe. I know that your parents and the people who love you want you to be safe, and they also want you to be brave, which means that we have to think about what we will do when we're in a difficult situation, when things get hard. So that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do now. Talk about it with someone you love and talk about what you might do in some difficult situations. I hope you are having a great week. I will talk to you again. Bye.